Honorable Speaker, sir, I rise to reply to the short duration discussion brought forward by the Honorable Member from Nongpo, Pak Meral Buon's Iem, under Rule 50 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly on the topic about the tourism sector in the state, and under the caption, Tourism Nosedives After HNYF's Vigilantism, published in the Shillong Times, dated July 30th, 2024. I thank the Honourable Member for raising this vital issue, which is of great importance to the state and its people, given the significant role tourism plays in our economy. I also thank the other participants in the short duration discussion, which include Pak Renik, Honourable Member from Maukarwat, Pak Balajit, Honourable Member from Sheila, Pak Senshar, Honourable Member Soyong, Pak Rupert Momin, Honourable Member Kharkuta, and Pak Lakmen Rumbui, Honourable Member from Amlarem. So we have just heard very valuable suggestions and inputs from the honourable members, and as one of them has stated, Meghalaya has the potential of becoming India's holiday home. I will go a step further to say that Meghalaya is indeed a slice of paradise. And the USP of our tourism as an industry is a combination of nature, culture, customs, climate, colors, and cuisine. So the unfortunate incident reported on July 30th, 2024 in the Shillong Times, which occurred at Umtungna Junction, had a noticeable impact on the tourism sector. It may be mentioned that the district administration had also taken swift action upon receiving of information about the illegal obstruction of tourist vehicles by members of an organization called HNYF. The quick response by the police ensured that the movement of tourist vehicles was not significantly hindered, thus preventing further escalation of the situation. The police then apprehended and arrested 10 members of the HNYF, including the president of the East Khasi Hills District Unit. As a result of the incident, the immediate stakeholders in tourism had come together immediately on the same day to strongly condemn this reckless act of rowdyism. They also met the Honourable Chief Minister of Meghalaya and myself and submitted their memorandum. Reports indicated a 30% cancellation of hotel bookings on the 26th of July 2024 and a 50% cancellation of tours and activities from the following day. The incident led to immediate concerns among stakeholders in the tourism industry. In response, the Department of Tourism took swift action by organizing a stakeholders discussion on the 14th of August 2024. The discussion brought together more than 400 participants from all districts of the Khasi, Jaintia, Riboi districts. The stakeholders who participated included the Tour Operators Association of Meghalaya, Meghalaya Rural Tourism Forum, Meghalaya Tourism Development Forum, Tour Guides Association of Meghalaya, Federation of Shillong Hotels, Tourist Taxi Associations, academic institutions, and traditional heads. During the consultative meeting, several issues were discussed, and I would like to briefly highlight on those. Action plans and future directions. Mobile connectivity at tourist destinations. The Department of Tourism has written to the SDO of Sora, Penosla, and Amlarem to compile a list of tourist destinations without mobile connectivity. This issue will be taken up with the Department of IT and Communication to ensure that these locations are connected as soon as possible. Power supply interventions. The department has requested the DCs of all districts to prioritize tourist locations that require immediate power interventions. These areas will be addressed under the CM's Solar Mission program to ensure uninterrupted power supply. Introduction of tourist assistance. To enhance the safety and convenience of tourists, a point that has been harped upon by a number of speakers, the department is coordinating with the Home Police Department to introduce tourist assistance personnel. These individuals will act as tourist police, first aid responders, tour guides, and tourist information providers at key locations across the state. We are also committed to investing in capacity building programs for tourism stakeholders to improve service quality and change mindsets. The department is re-strategizing its policies to focus on emerging destinations in West Khasi Hills, East and West Khasi Hills, Southwest Khasi Hills, Ribhoi, East Giant Hills, and the Garo Hills. This includes identifying and developing new tourist attractions and circuits. At the interface, there was also a call for more active involvement of traditional heads. The department has also advised the tourism stakeholders to come together in one platform. The government is here to create an enabling environment in the state for the tourism industry to thrive, and we are taking all steps to bring all stakeholders under one umbrella. More stakeholders meeting will be held at the district and subdivisional level. On the 22nd of August 2024, the Office of the DC East Khasi Hills and Chairperson District Tourism Promotion Society had conducted a stakeholders consultation, and altogether 188 stakeholders had attended the meeting. Tourism is one of the cornerstones of Meghalaya's economy. The vision of the department is to position Meghalaya as a high-value destination, promoting sustainable and responsible tourism that benefits both visitors and the local community. It is estimated that around 50,000 people in our state directly or indirectly depend on this sector for their livelihoods. Recognizing this, the state government is committed to fostering the growth of tourism as a means of generating employment, stimulating economic activity, and enhancing the overall quality of life of our citizens. To achieve our goals, we have identified the need to create high-quality tourism infrastructure in both established and emerging circuits. This includes the development of new accommodation options, improving access to our scenic locations, and enhancing the overall visitor's experience. By doing so, we aim to brand Meghalaya here as a premier destination for niche tourism products such as adventure tourism, experiential tourism, and cultural tourism. The government also recognizes that substantial investment is required to build infrastructure, and we have embarked on an ambitious plan to mobilize resources not only from the state budget but also through central government schemes and externally aided projects. One of the key initiatives in this regard is the implementation of the Meghalaya Eco-Tourism Infrastructure Development Project, an externally aided project under the New Development Bank. With a budget of 730 crores, this project aims to create iconic infrastructure at key destinations such as Soara, Shillong, and Tura. Additionally, we have secured funding of rupees 60.29 crores under the Swadesh Darshan 2 for developing Meghalayan AHKF experience and waterfall trails at Soara. Further, we have also received funding from the Ministry of Tourism up to the tune of 50 crores under the challenge-based destination development, a sub-scheme of Swadesh Darshan 2.0. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government of Meghalaya is committed to continually improving the tourism products, and we are focusing on developing new and unique experiences that cater to both domestic and international travelers. For instance, Jayanti Hills is rapidly emerging as a favorite destination for tourists, with locations like Yalong, Sintuksiar, Krang Suri, Shnong Preng, Darang, and Yoksi. One of the significant projects in the region is the That Laskeny Hospitality Complex, strategically located on the National Highway. This complex is designed to provide world-class facilities to all types of tourists. The government has launched several new programs to enhance the tourism experience in Meghalaya. The Meghalaya Homestay Scheme, in convergence with the PMEGP, provides up to 70% subsidy for a 10 lakh project to promote homestays in the state, encouraging community involvement, a point that has been stressed upon by a number of speakers. Altogether, 633 homestays have been sanctioned since the scheme was launched. Further, the Prime Tourism Vehicles Scheme, which is a component under the CM's Elevate program, aim at promoting entrepreneurship amongst the youths of Meghalaya by providing easy access to credit. Altogether, 50 entrepreneurs have benefited from the scheme since its launch. To promote and preserve the rich cultural heritage of Meghalaya, the government continues to provide financial assistance for the celebration of various festivals, including the Wangala Festival, Nongkram Dance, Bedin Klam Festival, in addition to festivals like the Cherry Blossom Festival, Winter Tales, and the Megong Festival. Sir, the tourism sector holds immense potential for growth and development. We are fully committed to addressing the various challenges and seizing the opportunities that lie ahead through strategic investments in infrastructure. The introduction of new tourism products and the proactive involvement of all stakeholders is aimed at building a resilient and sustainable tourism industry that benefits everyone. So some of the concerns that have been flagged by the participants in the debate include community-based tourism. As I have mentioned, we are in active communication with all major stakeholders, and apart from the various conclaves that have been held both at the state and the district levels, we continue to have conversations and discussions. And as recently as last evening, I was with the Meghalaya tour guides operators to celebrate the fifth anniversary of their launch, and also to listen to their suggestions. Where waste management is concerned, the department, in convergence with the line departments, will shortly announce stringent measures and also to proactively consider a statewide ban on the use of plastic and also to take recourse to eco-friendly alternatives. Regarding a point raised by Honorable Member from Maukarwat on the safety of tourists, let me assure you, the House through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, that this is the highest priority accorded by the government of Meghalaya, and as I have highlighted, we will shortly be introducing the service of tourist guides and tourist assistants who will be visible on major tourism destinations to infuse a sense of security and also to act as guides and provide helping hand to visitors into the state of Meghalaya. Regarding tourism information centers, the discussions have already started in the department. We will certainly explore the possibility of ensuring that we have mega centers that provide tourists and visitors to the state with readily available information. Sir, a point raised by Honorable Member from Shala is very valid. The need to have guides who are polyglots and have knowledge of various languages. The department will certainly give this suggestion due consideration and merit. Honorable Member from Soyong has raised his concern about issues of visitors who are illegal. Sir, I'm sure that the Honorable Member and members of this August House will appreciate the fact that very recently the state government has announced that the labor laws applicable within the state of Meghalaya will be strengthened, and the registration of laborers has been made mandatory, and site inspections by labor inspectors has already started. We are also reviving the VDPs, the village defense parties, and a discussion in this regard has already taken place, and I had chaired this particular program, at the end of which the Honorable Chief Minister had also attended. The idea being that community participation is very important, not only from the point of view of visitors to Meghalaya, but also to check other menaces like drug trafficking and narcotics. Mr. Rupert Momin has made a mention about visitors not being to move easily beyond the Umiam Lake Point because of the constant traffic gridlock in that area. I would like to inform this August House that the Department of Tourism has identified Umiam Lake and its surroundings as a prime hub in tourism, and the Department of Power through the MECL has agreed to part with land measuring about 300 acres more in order to facilitate the creation of more experiential and more facilities for tourists to spend not less than a day at Umiam Lake itself. The idea being that once tourists are able to take part in various activities in and around Umiyam Lake. They would like to spend the entire day there and wake up fresh in the morning and travel to Shillong. Sir, as far as Wards Lake is concerned, there is a major facelift that will be given to the lake, and this concern of the flagged by the honourable member has already been taken care of. Concerns about the development of tourism circuits in the Garo Hills have been expressed by the honourable member, and the major challenge is road connectivity. In this connection, the department will seek on a convergence mode to identify key and important tourist attractions in and around the Garo Hills region in order to facilitate and prioritize roads with tourism potential on a priority basis. Lakamen Rambui has raised a very important, valuable suggestion about connecting Maukandro to Amlarem. This will receive due priority of our department, and as I mentioned, we will prioritize this on a convergence mode with the Department of PWD Roads. Dauki, yes sir, we are committed to improving our communication facilities in the area. A major challenge that we face in that particular area is that there are land disputes which have stalled the department from proceeding further, but we are keenly on the job of identifying suitable and better accommodation facilities in that area, and I have personally spoken to the Honourable MLA Malakman Rumbui to seek his support in this regard. Sir, I believe that I have covered most of the concerns and issues flagged by the mover and other participants in this discussion. I believe that together we can and we should be in a position to drive the state forward, optimize and elevate tourism as a sector that will finally be not only an answer to the ills of unemployment and unemployability that continue to plague the state, but also ensure that the sector is in a position to adequately inject more revenue and infuse more capital investment, and at the end of the day, we should be in a position to see Meghalaya as not only a national but an international destination for visitors from across the world. Thank you.
The mover of the short duration discussion, Berenbor, you may seek one clarification, please.
Yes, sir. Honorable Speaker, sir, I just want to express my sincere thanks to the Honorable Minister in charge of tourism for a comprehensive reply and for being able to be positively respond to all the queries that has been raised with regards to connectivity, identifying more tourist spots, community-based participation, improve ecotourism, and especially for taking on board all the stakeholders. So I would like to express my sincere thanks, and with these few words, I will resume my seat. Thank you, sir.